Now we will discuss another decision making or branching statement in C, that is switch. Switch statement tests the value of a given expression against a list of case values. When a match is found, a block of statements associated with that case is executed. So you can just check the syntax. So here syntax is given. This is a keyword, switch is a keyword, and within the bracket, whatever you give, that value, that expression is evaluated, and the various options for the value of this expression is given as different cases. Say value 1, value 2, etc. Again, here keywords, switch is a keyword, case is a keyword, break is a keyword, default is a keyword. All others are not keywords. Okay, so for example, say if this is the expression, say C, okay, C is a variable. So instead of this expression, if I give C, based on the value of C, one of these blocks is executed. If C has value 1, block 1 is block 1 is uh, compiled and executed, and after this there is a break. That means it will come out of the loop. If there is no break here, then what will happen? It will move on to second case, third case, like that. Okay. If we give break after each block, what will happen? If one of the value is equated, just that corresponding block is executed and it will come out of the switch, the body of this switch statement. And default value is also provided. So if the different values are not matching with the expression value, then the default block will be executed. So after each block we put a break. Break, it's a keyword, and just terminate it with a semicolon. And different values, there are different options or different values that the C can take or the expression can take. That is given by using the keyword case. So in switch statement we write like this: switch is a keyword and this is the expression that is to be evaluated, and the different options for the value of this expression is given with different cases, and after each case you give a break statement. But break is not mandatory. If you give break after, if at least one case is equated, it will suddenly go back to statement X. Statement X is common. It is the first statement after the body of switch statement. So whatever be the case, statement X will be executed. If neither of these values are get equated to the expression value, then default block will be executed and then it will proceed to statement X. If expression value is say value 2, first it checks for value 1. It's not equal, so this is not evaluated, and then it goes to the second block. Now expression value is equal to value 2. So block 2 will be executed, and as break is given, it will come out of the switch block. So this is how switch works, and the keywords to be used in switch, the body of a switch statement is switch, case, different cases for addressing different values, and default. Then after each case there is a break statement. Okay. So this is a flow chart explaining how the switch works. So we give a switch expression, and in if or if else there are two options, either true or false for the condition. But here in switch what happens is this expression is evaluated. If it has three possible values, then you give three cases. If it has five possible value, you can give five cases. Based on the requirement, you can give any number of case blocks, and at the end you can add a default block. Okay, so here expression equals value 1, block 1. If it is value 2, block 2. If it is value 3, it can be block 3, and there is a default also, default block. And whatever is the block that is to be executed, finally it will move to statement X. Okay, that is one thing you should know. And another difference is that when we use if, else if, else, like that. If this condition is satisfied, it will go to the common statement. It will come out of the condition. Only if this is false, it will move to this. Again, if this second condition is satisfied, it will again come out. Okay, then it won't proceed to the rest of the cases. Just like that. But in this case, which even if value 1 is equated, it will again go through each loop. To avoid that, you use break statement. So break statement is not compulsory or mandatory, but we give it because if value 1 is equated to the expression value, if you don't want to go to these blocks, you have to give break. Still, if you want to go to the rest of the blocks, you should not give break. So this is the discretion of the programmer based on the requirement. It's not mandatory that you should give break after each case statement. In this case, we are not using any break, but if one condition, earlier condition is satisfied, it won't go and check the rest of the conditions. That is the difference with if else if and switch. Okay, so let's check the different points. Here, block 1, block 2 are the various statement list and may contain 0 or more statements. So, and another thing which you should remember is it's not mandatory that each case should have some statement. It can be a null block. That is, some cases you need not give any statement. Okay, that's one thing. Then there is no need to put braces around these blocks. Note that case labels end with a colon. So after each case, a case A, case B, after that you end with a colon. So because of that, you need not enclose the set of statements uh, in braces. Whereas in case of else if and else, after each condition what you give, if you have more than one statement, you must enclose it in braces. We'll give like this. If it is else if, we write else if, say ch equals to, what do you give? If you have one statement, you just print f. Otherwise, you will be like a is equal to b plus c printf. So like that, you have to enclose each after each condition. If you have multiple statements to execute, or if there is a block to execute, you have to enclose it in braces. Otherwise, it won't work. It will only take the immediate statement after the condition only will be taken. Okay, but in this case, there is no need to put braces because as we give k after case, as there is a colon, it will work. Next point is when switch is executed, the value of the expression is successfully compared against the values, value 1, value 2, like that. If a case is found whose value matches with the value of the expression, then the block of statement that follows the case are executed. So that is the point which I explained a little earlier. If it is equal to value 2, that doesn't mean that it just executes block 2 and it will go to statement X. No. If there is no break from here, it will execute all these blocks. Okay, to avoid that, we give break after each block. So that is something which you should note. In case of if else if, only corresponding to a particular condition, the immediate statement only is executed, or if you enter a set of statements in braces, that set of statements will be executed. It will never go to the third or the fourth case. But in this case, when one case or when one expression uh, when one case is equated, then what will happen? If this expression value is value 2, this is true. If that be the case, it will enter block 2 and it will go till the default block if there is no break. So there are some cases when we don't need break, and there are some other programs where we need break. So based on that, you should put break. That's why I told earlier, this break statement is not mandatory in the syntax. Based on our requirement, we have to add it. So if break is not used, say in this case value 2 is equated to expression value, block 2, block 3, block 4 till default block will be executed, and then it will move to statement X. If break is given, it will behave like if else. After each case, if we give break, it will operate the same way. That means if value 2 is equated, block 2. If value 3, then block 3. If none of these values are uh, say expression value is not equal to any of these values, the default block will be executed. The break statement at the end of each block signals the end of a particular case and causes an exit from the switch statement, transferring the control to statement X following the switch. So statement X is the first statement outside the switch block. Okay, so only if there is break after a particular case it will move to statement X. The default is an optional case. When present, it will be executed if the value of expression does not match with any of the case values. If not present, no action takes place if all matches fail and control goes to statement X. So just remember this point. Default is an optional one. So if default is given, that default block will be executed if none of the values become equal to the expression value. If it is not given, there is no error, but no action will take place, and first statement executed will be statement X, that is outside the body of switch. Next, the things which we should note: case labels must be unique. No two labels can have the same value. Then case labels must end with a semicolon. That means we can learn this with example code. Then break statement transfers the control out of the switch statement. Break is used for transferring the control out of the switch statement. Then it is optional. Yes, if it's not given, it will move to the successive cases. Default label is optional, and there can be at most one default label. So let's check an example code. Say switch A. Okay, this is how we write this. Then you start curly braces, say case, if the value is 1, case 1. This is colon. So after case and the value you put colon and then say printf to perform addition. And for example, if prior to it say int op1 op2 res, if something like that, if it's earlier, after this what we do, say res is equal to op1 plus op2. Okay, so there is no need for curly braces here. That is what I explained earlier. In case of if or if else, you should put braces, but here there is no need to put braces because case value is given and then a colon. So after this, whatever you write will come under this, and then you can give break. This is again optional. So here I give break. Say case 2. If the value entered is 2, maybe printf to perform subtraction. Okay, then again res is equal to op1 minus op2. Again you give break. Okay, then case 3, maybe multiplication, printf to perform multiplication. Then res is equal to op1 star op2. Again you give break. Then now the three values are over. Now you can give say default, say printf invalid option. You can give like an error message, and after this you can end it with semicolon, end it with a braces. So this is an example called how to use switch. So here, which are the keywords? Switch is a keyword, case is a keyword, break is a keyword, then switch body, it is enclosed in braces. Okay, default is again a keyword. Okay, so between each, so case 1, that means if a value, what, how this will execute, switch a. So a, maybe we will ask the user to give a value. So if a value is 1, okay, if a equals 1, this will be performed. If a equals 2, this will be performed. If a equals 3, this will be performed. If none of these values get equated to expression value, then default will be executed. Let's write a program to implement a calculator using switch statement. So starting with header file, including header file stdio.h. After that, we are starting the main function. Okay, we need an option, say an integer, for giving the operator, say addition one value, subtraction another value, like that. So let's give it as choice. Okay, int choice. Then operators, it can be int a and b. Okay, so now what we are going to do is we are asking the user printf enter 1 for addition, 2 for subtraction, and 3 for multiplication. Can add division also if you want. So this is to enter the choice for the user, and scanf, the choice has to be entered. So scanf percentage, it's integer, so percentage d comma ch you give here. So choice is now entered by the user. Again printf enter two numbers to operate. Okay, and scanf give a, and as it is scanf you have to use and a and b. Same thing here also, and ch. Okay, so don't forget that. So now you have the values, the two numbers and the choice. 1 for addition, 2 for subtraction, and 3 for multiplication. Now you are going to use the switch statement. Switch, how we use it? Switch is a keyword and expression has to be given in a bracket. So here, what is the expression whose value is to be evaluated? Ch. So switch ch. Okay. After that, you need curly brackets, and this is called braces. Inside the braces, you are giving different cases. So case, first option is 1. So case 1, colon. So after colon, whatever you write will be considered as a block and you don't have to add extra brackets. So case 1, what to do? 1 is for addition. So, so one more thing you need a variable for calculating the result. Okay, so case 1, result equals A plus B. Okay, so to show that there is no need for bracket, I will give a print also, printf slash n addition is performed. Okay, so here you have two statements. If it is else, if else, etc. If you have more than one statement corresponding to a condition, you have to add it in brackets. But here there is no need. Okay, so after that you put break. Break is also not compulsory, but you have to do it. Okay. Next case is case 2. Case 2 is for subtraction. So result is equal to A minus B. Again printf subtraction is performed. Okay, again you give break. Case 3, result equals A star B, printf slash n, multiplication is performed. Again you give break, and default, you can give default, so we'll give default printf. You can give error or invalid input or something like that. So now what happened? The switch is complete and the program is completed. Okay, so you can just save it and we can execute. ch, we gave choice, so there is difference in variable name, so here it's all ch, so we'll give like that. Here you will give it as ch. Okay, now let's check if it is working. You give 1 for addition. Okay, two numbers, say 10 and 50. Addition is performed. Here what happened? You didn't give an option to print the result. So at the end you can give the result. So after switch statement I give printf slash n, result is %d, comma, result. Why we give it at the end? Because in all these cases the result value is stored in the same variable. So you can give a combined printf at the end. Okay, so you are saving it and check the result again. You are giving 1 for addition. The two numbers, let it be 10 and 50. So addition is performed. This happened inside the switch and result is 60. That is the common statement outside the switch statement. Next, let's check one more case, say multiplication. 3 is for multiplication. Two numbers, say 30 and 15. So it should be 450. Okay, multiplication is performed, the result is 450. Okay, so, and we'll check one more case, invalid case. You have 3 options to give. Say if I give 5, enter two numbers 12 and 14, is invalid input and result is 0 because no valid arithmetic operation is performed. So result, the default value is 0, so that will be printed. Okay, so that this is a simple example of switch statement. Okay, now you can change it in another way. You can give enter plus for addition, say minus for subtraction, and star for multiplication. If that be the case, it is a character. So how you can modify the code? Instead of int, you can give char ch. Then here it becomes %c. So that character will be entered. Then again switch ch. All these are similar, but here you can, if it is numbers you directly give the value, but if it is plus you cannot give plus like this. Instead you have to enclose it in single quotes. Okay, so when it is a character, the only difference is if it is a number or a value you give as such without any quotes, but if it is character you have to enclose it in single quotes. Okay, hope you understand the difference. So you give like this, you save, and you can execute it again. So now you have different operators. Say I give plus two numbers 12, 14. So it should be 26. Okay. Same thing if I execute, say, minus. And two numbers, say 20 and 40, minus 20. Result is minus 20. Again, the same thing if I give some other operator, say slash. Enter two numbers 12, 23. Invalid input result is. So this is the default case. So this is a very simple example with